As a commercial nerve center of Nigeria, the city of Lagos is no doubt an investor's destination of choice where corporate brands make remarkable success in diverse ventures. Let's celebrate good governance and corporate excellence in the center of excellence today on the City of Lagos TV show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. Welcome to Lagos Update on the City of Lagos TV show, where we'll bring you latest news development across the city of Lagos. In view of the ongoing Lagos State 2025 ministerial press briefing, more ministries under the able leadership of the commissioners are actually giving impressive accounts of their stewardship and achievements of their ministries. So stay tuned as we keep you posted on recent briefings. We'll be right back on Lagos Update. You're welcome. In continuation of the ministerial briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okpe George, gave a breakdown of the significant milestone achievements of the ministry. He also noted strategic efforts and policy initiatives taken by his ministry to actualize its set objectives.
We always try and ensure that year in, year out, we try and deliver value. Over the last couple of years, you see the developments of the various infrastructure around the state. You see the blue line running, you see the red line coming on stream. You see us that we're trying to develop the airport. You see the Oyedepo link bridge. So there are things that you can point to and see. You look at the Oyedepo, the various interventions in our social protection. So, we're able to tie what is going on with also actual tangible things you can see. We'd also find that we've delivered real economic value. When you talk about us as 2024, we achieved a budget performance of about 87%. So I think that also shows that our resources were channeled in the rightful places and they were impactful, and they also led to impactful programs. Our stability has been very, very important and key, which has led to visible gains. We've risen in Lagos well over 10 to 12 places in our global startup ecosystem index. So Lagos remains home to over 500 startups. We've become the fintech capital of Africa. We account for more than 73% of Nigeria's total startups. And you see, our economic conditions are showing signs of easing. So when we look at inflation, we've seen that there's been a moderate decline in our food inflation from about 43% to about 31%, so which also has helped offer relief to our citizens. And that also points to the fact that all our intervention programs have also helped. And, so typically what you find that there's usually a lag between once the budget has been signed to when implementation. So Q1 normally things tend to be a bit slower, but then things pick up Q2, Q3, and Q4 as we go ahead. But to speak to specific terms, as at the end of the first quarter, we just finished our quarter review. We found that we're standing at the state has achieved close to about 78% of its revenue targets for that quarter. And I think, again, that just shows and underscores our healthy fiscal performance. In terms of the breakdown, our expenditure, our recurrent stood at about 78% performance, whilst the capital recorded a performance of 52%, which again speaks to what I was just talking about, saying that, initially you would note that typically in Q1, there's this modest capital performance due to natural lag between budget approval and full commencement of the procurement process and projection, execution cycles and everything, when we then gain a lot more traction in Q3 and Q4, and we close out usually strong. But looking at our past trend, we've always managed as a state to ensure that year in, year out, at least we have a budget performance of a minimal of close to 75-78%. So I'm pretty optimistic that this year would be the same. For us, as of 2024, I believe our GDP stood at around the 55.7 trillion naira mark. That was also represented an increase of close to 29% from where we were in 2023, which is about 43 trillion naira. So I think this, as we sit, remains one of the most current official figures until we wait for the computation of the 2025 GDP numbers and they're officially released. But when you measure us as a state in terms of our purchasing power, apparently you find that Lagos has an estimated GDP of close to about $259 billion in 2023. And I think, depending on how it's reported, I'd just like to say that records and puts us as one of the top 3 largest economies in Africa. It's either 3 or 2, but one of the top 3 largest economies in Africa. So I think as a state, I always say that we're lucky and we're burdened by the fact that we're a state that is a subnational, but we also have a lot of indices that portray us as a national. And at any point in time, we want to ensure that the data that is out there is reliable, and it's you can ensure that as you come to the state, you can always come and ensure that whatever you see is what you get in terms of the actual information that is out there for a state like Lagos.
The Honorable Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akiyemi Bankole Ajibutafe, gave an impressive statistical data of efforts of the ministry under his able leadership at the Lagos State 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing. Key fundamental areas highlighted were purposeful strategic efforts to provide jobs through employability programs and skill acquisition projects.
The ministry, in collaboration with Human Capital Partners, HCP, has successfully onboarded a total number of 2,383 participants for the Graduate Internship Placement Program, GIPP, in year 2024. Unemployed graduates were empowered with employability skills ranging from creative thinking, problem solving, and decision making, written and oral communication, teamwork, interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence to personal effectiveness, and professional ethics for a period of 3 weeks. During the 3 weeks of intensive training, a stipend of 30,000 was paid to graduates as support aid for transportation allowances and the purchase of data for both virtual and physical sessions. We have the Lagos State Job Fair too. As a ministry, we deem it fit to highlight another achievement made at the Lagos State Job Fair in collaboration with Human Capital Partners. The Job Fair creates ample opportunities for job seekers to connect with recruiting agencies, off-takers, and sponsors at the event. The platform provides avenues for job seekers to interact and network with employers. This is also an opportunity to submit their resumes and participate in interviews, ultimately increasing their chances of securing employment. Our employability skills program. This is a training in collaboration with Wave Academy. In the ministry, collaborated with the West African Vocational Education Academy, WAVE, to train 180 unemployed youth on soft employability skills, time management, problem solving, teamwork, and managing expectations. In 4 selected LGAs and LCDAs, namely Ikeja, Egbedimu, Otawuri, and Isolo in the States. Participants were given 2 weeks of intensive training followed by 1 month of job shadowing in various organizations. Over time, about 1,450 unemployed youths have gone through the WAVE employability program. The ministry established 5 job centers in designated areas, namely Ikeja, Badagry, Ikodu, Lagos Island, and Ekpe. This center serves as hubs for job seekers, providing them with access to career guidance, counseling, and training programs. This is a strategic move to promote employment opportunities, skills program. This is a skills program development and economic growth. The employability skills training ran simultaneously in 5 job centers, equip unemployed graduates with soft skills for managerial expectation of jobs from various sectors, CV writing, teamwork, etc. 500 unemployed graduates benefited from the employability skills training at the job centers.
And finally, from the 2025 Lagos State Ministerial Briefing on this broadcast, the Honorable Commissioner for Innovations, Science and Technology, Tubosun Alake, gave account of key strategic projects initiatives by the ministry at the ongoing Lagos State 2025 Ministerial Briefing. He noted that these key projects is in line with the vision to make Lagos a smart city in all ramifications.
When we look at the first project, and I think this is a project that we have been talking about for quite some time, is the Metro Fiber project. And this has been a very marquee project for the state in which we seek to drive Metro Fiber docks across the state. We had reported last year that we had almost completed 3,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable. But today we wanted to mention the impact and what this has been doing because it's much more than just connecting points of interest. It's much more than just proliferating fiber. What has been the impact over the period that we have been driving fiber optic connectivity across the state? And so you'll be pleased to know that between 2023 actually and 2025, more than 1 million people have been connected to the internet. This has spoken positively to connectivity in education, in health, and in many, many other sectors of the economy. We continue to drive fiber optic proliferation across the city, and we hope to report increasing gains in that. I'm very pleased to say that Engineer Ganiu Oseni, who is a special advisor to the governor in broadband technology and innovation, has been tasked with driving connectivity across the state. And he's off to actually a roaring start as well. So we expect under his administration and under his driving this particular vertical, we will see much more impact in this area. We do not stop. Lagos has the highest connected density in the nation. We have been able to spread fiber optic ducts to areas that have been less connected. When you look at places like Ikorodu, when you look at places like Alimosho, this has allowed the major players, the telco players, to also expand their infrastructure to these areas. When you look at Ikorodu, when you look at Alimosho, and so new internet subscribers to the telcos have emerged over the past 2.5 to 3 years. Going on to another marquee project is the Safe City project under our Smart City project. I'm pleased to inform that in conjunction with the Ministry of Transportation, we've been able to initiate 4 major areas for intelligent transport systems. So when you look at places like Alakpere, when you look at Allen Avenue, there is now information technology enforcement of traffic rules in those areas, right? This is under the Smart City project that we've been doing for quite some time. And those areas now have IT assisting traffic enforcement officers to make sure that traffic management is streamlined in those areas.
And that's a wrap on Lagos Update this week. Do care to join us again for another interesting package on our next broadcast, where we keep you posted on the Lagos State 2025 Ministerial Briefing and many more stories around the city of Lagos. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment with From the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Lagos.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu's dedication and commitment to fast-track development and progress in Lagos State is very evident in his strong determination and ability to explore opportunities at every official engagement for a greater Lagos. Join us as we fill you in from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu recently commissioned newly built 34 flats of 3-bedroom apartments, which is christened the Lagos State Judiciary Magistrate Quarters in Koshofe, Ketu, Lagos. Mr. Governor noted that the gesture is not only to motivate the magistrates, but it's also to appreciate the significant value and relevance of the judiciary and the legal officers in Lagos State as a strategic partner for development.
First is to acknowledge that outside of the federal government that has a federal high court, which are distributed in the entire 36 states, your state has the largest body of judges and also magistrates in the country, much more than the Abuja High Court. And so if that is the case, the minimum we can do is to ensure that we make this job a lot comfortable and a lot appreciable for you. We want to say to our teeming citizens that today we're handing over very modest 34 flats of 3-bedroom each, 24 of it to our magistrates, Keda, and 10 just to support our council in the Ministry of Justice. It's only when they have comfortable accommodation, comfortable welfare package that they can do their work dispassionately. They can do it without fear or favor. They can do it knowing fully well that government, at various times have their interests, fully at heart. And that's why we're here. And that's what we want to assure you that while we understand and appreciate the full separation of power between the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, there are always common denominators that brings us together to ensure that we create an ambience and, and a process that ensures that each one is working independently, but we all complement each other in things like this to ensure that not one arm is left unattended to, especially as it regards to welfare, as regards to what will make their work well, as regards to what will make them function, independently and work, understanding that government is fully in support of what they're doing.
And still from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently commissioned the state-of-the-art Deputy Sheriff Warehouse in Majidun, Ikorodu as a testament of his government's commitment to judicial reforms in Lagos State. Mr. Governor, in his keynote speech, noted the purpose, value, and benefits of the warehouse to justify its construction.
We're here to hand over the Deputy Sheriff's Warehouse here also in Majidu in Kurudu. We believe this is another testament of our commitment to judicial reforms, to our commitment in institutional excellence and service to the people of Lagos. The proper management and secure storage of court records, their exhibits, in our view, evidence a fundamental need for the integrity of the judicial system. And so with the commissioning of this state-of-the-art warehouse, we're not only providing an ordinary facility, it has come with well-equipped advanced security. We're even further discussing on how to further strengthen the security and the level of efficiency of this place, where we want to further even go ahead and ensure that it meets today's needs and it also meets future needs of what is intended for. So we believe that it's a purpose for safeguarding the very fundamental of justice, with it ensuring that critical items from execution of various courts' judgment are preserved with utmost confidentiality and accessibility. This, we believe, will help reduce administrative bottlenecks. It will minimize case backlog, and it will facilitate a swift dispensation of justice.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently attended the opening ceremony of the sensitization, outreach, and external court sessions of the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice held at the Eco Hotels and Suites in Victoria Island. In his opening remark, Mr. Governor noted that collaboration and purposeful partnership is promptly needed to strengthen justice and equity. Mr. Governor, however, charged members to rededicate themselves to the rule of law.
On this special occasion of the sensitization, outreach, and external court session of the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the President of the ECOWAS Community Courts of Justice, Honorable Justice Ricardo Claudio Monteiro Goncalves, and all the other members of the ECOWAS Court for selecting Lagos as the venue for this important program. This choice, in my view, highlights our collective dedication to enhancing regional integration, reinforcing the rule of law, and ensuring that all citizens of West Africa have access to justice. Lagos has always been a vital hub for trade, investment, and cultural exchange. It's an embodiment of spirit of unity and progress in the entire West African sub-region. We understand that the challenges we face are enormous, whether as relates to security, whether in economic issues, social challenges, or even on human rights. It demands, in our view, a collaborative effort where we need to innovate and we need to firm dedication on the principles of justice and equity. It's only when we play in that fair role that indeed all of our differences, albeit will be available, that we can resolve it and solve it. And only by coming together and dedicating and rededicating ourselves to the rule of law can we truly build a peaceful, thriving, and inclusive West African community where everyone's rights are safeguarded and the opportunities are plentiful. Today's gathering, therefore, reflects that spirit of collaboration, and we believe it resolves as we join forces to strengthen our institutions and to bring justice closer to the people that we all serve. The presence of the ECOWAS Court in Lagos not only highlights the city's crucial role in regional matters, but it also serves as a strong reminder that justice should be accessible, it should be visible, and it should be responsive to the needs of our people.
The business of governance from the governor's office is up and running week in, week out. So join us again on our next broadcast for fresh update from the governor's office. Up next on the City of Lagos TV show is our Lagos Agencies in Focus segment. Today, we're going to be featuring the General Manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA. It was quite revealing. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome to the Lagos Agencies in Focus platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria, where we attempt to verify, confirm, and ascertain the level of progress made so far by all the strategic agencies in Lagos State. And most importantly, to also affirm how their mandate, focus, and vision have fallen in line with the Things Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Today, we're looking at traffic. Traffic management has become a major challenge in the past, but with the establishment of a strategic agency, there has been a lot of pragmatic, proactive efforts to change the narrative. But it is of expediency to update on efforts of the agency. We're talking about the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA. And of course, there is a man who has taken over the mantle of leadership to ensure that he brings his wealth of experience to bear to live up to expectation. Let's welcome Mr. Bakare Oki Olalekan, the General Manager of LASMA. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Let's look at the mandate, the core mandate, the vision and mission statement, and of course, the key functions of LASMA, and how, as your functions, fall in line with the Things Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
LASMA, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, was established July 15, year 2000. Our core responsibility is to ensure at all time that there is seamless movement of goods and services across Lagos roads. And at times, when the need arises, we go beyond the border of Lagos to manage vehicular movements. This core responsibility is to also ensure that there is economic growth and development of Lagos, and by extension, the country at large, and to promote security and safety of all road users on Lagos roads. Our mission to achieve a road that will be accidents, if not totally free from accidents, but reduced to the barest minimum, and also ensure the safety of all pedestrians, motorists, and commuters in Lagos. If you look at the Team Plus agenda of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Celebo, the number one on the agenda is traffic management and transportation. We as an agency that is saddled with that responsibility, at all time, we make sure that we cross all the T's and dot all the I's in ensuring movement of people around the state. And if you are familiar with the vehicular density movement in the states, in the morning like this, during the peak period, you see people moving en masse, trooping out from the mainland part of Lagos, going towards the island. And at the evening belt, that is the closing hour, you will see people moving out again from the island to the mainland. What we do, most especially in the morning like this, is to man and take cognizance of all the strategic routes taking people from the mainland to the island. Third Mainland Bridge is strategic to this movement. Agegemoto Road is of utmost importance to us. Ikorodu Road and all other germane areas. Ikeja Axis, Lekki Aja, Ikoyi, Victoria Island. People coming from Ikorodu, people coming from Mowe Ibafo, even from other states too, coming from Ogun State. Likewise, people coming from Odogiyan Axis, part of Ogun State, coming from Ikorodu to the main economic hub in the state. We ensure we deploy women and materials. Our men are always well mobilized in the morning. Before they move out, they are given a pep talk as early as possible via the WhatsApp platform. People that are scheduled to be at their duty points. We operate 3 shifts. People resume as early as 6 a.m. across the identified choke points, traffic-prone areas, or junctions that are important, that are germane to the movement of goods and services. Our men are positioned in all these various locations. We have the AM belt. They will resume by 6 a.m. and closes by 2 p.m. While the PM belt will take over when people that started working from 6, they will close by 2, and the PM belt will take over. Meanwhile, we have another important department. While the evening belt will closes by 10 p.m., this department is called the Rescue and Emergency Department. They are to comb all the strategic and identified routes earlier mentioned. They are to remove all the encumbrances, vis-a-vis breakdowns, accidented vehicles. from 11 p.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning. So by the time Lagosians will troop out en masse in the morning to go for their daily businesses, they will experience a travel time that is efficient and prompt.
GM, can you tell us what is the strategic traffic management master plan of LASMA in Lagos State, and to what extent have you been able to achieve the set objectives of this master plan?
LASMA, in terms of staff strength, we have over 4,000 staff strength. Apart from the distribution or allocation of these men to strategic traffic prone areas or major routes and junctions across the nooks and crannies of the states, we have 49 zonal offices that are spread across the states. And people in charge of these zonal offices, we have zonal heads, codenamed Zebras. They are to take in charge of all affairs in terms of traffic management and administration of men and materials that has been allocated to them. Under them, they have two operational heads, Alpha and Bravo, in order to ensure they give or we get the best out of them. There's also an area commander in charge of all these zonal commanders or zonal offices. We have 21 of them. Then at the topmost level in the districts, we have the area district controllers that are well captured across the 5 divisions of the states. This organogram is strategic and is deliberate so that we'll be able to have check and balance and also to give efficient service delivery to the taxpayers, the motoring public, especially the road users. When I came on board with my team, because I am a team player, I have my team, I have my directors, my colleagues that will always brainstorm on the strategy and the kind of style we're going to use to achieve our core responsibility. Part of what we improve upon is the training and reorientation of our men. We make sure that we give them training all year round from January to December. We started around December 2023. And throughout 2024, from January to December, we make sure that we train and we orientate our men. Likewise, 2025, currently, we have a line-up program that has started from January. It's going to end by December this year. We engage both internal and external training. In time of internal training, we have a training room here that can take over 200 personnel. We do that training on a weekly basis. We draw our men from all the 5 divisions, from all the zonal offices across the states, in order to reorientate and to retrain them. We give them training on soft skills, emotional intelligence, advanced traffic management. Also, we engage external consultants for training. We started with a facilitator from South Africa. That was here in 2024. That came to train our major management staff, the zonal head, the area commander, the controllers, Alpha and Bravo, including the directors here at the head office on leadership and also advanced traffic management. Last year, we are in collaboration with Hope University, Liverpool, where some of our men are sent there for leadership training. All this was deliberate. It's part of the trajectory in repositioning and in rebranding the agency for public acceptance and also to give out optimal service delivery. In 2024, last year, the agency commissioned a toll-free line, a digital toll-free line. The motive behind it was to get a real-time feedback from the road users in terms of the conduct of our men, traffic congestion, road traffic crashes, traffic incident management, and all sorts. This line is free to reach us and is available in all the networks in Nigeria. The line is 080-000-527862. And they've been reaching us through Yoruba, our mother tongue in Lagos. Likewise, English. They can also reach us through pidgin. And since inception of this toll-free line, the agency has received over 5,000 calls, which have been promptly attended. Also, we have a physical complaint unit that is established or domiciled at the head office here. People can walk in and complain to us and give us complaint or whatever the experience has been on the road. We also rejig the provost and the surveillance department to bring out the best out of them. Their own core responsibility is to make sure they do an undercover job to checkmate the excesses of our men, their conduct, to make sure that they monitor them at all times. So whenever they intend to misbehave, they should be able to put them or call them to order. Basically, their work is like a mystery shopper, an undercover. Also, we established the Female Elite Corps. This was done in 2024. We started December 2023. And throughout 2024, they engaged in a robust traffic advocacy across the 5 divisions of the states. They were predominantly women. And this was deliberate because we know women have a way of touching all the men's hearts. They visited garages, they talked to drivers, especially they play a major role in the Ember Month campaign last year, 2024. We have the school traffic advocacy too. It was relaunched last year. They visit all secondary and primary schools in Lagos, both private and public. They talk to these wards, the children, the pupils. They teach them traffic rules and regulations and how to uphold safety. The motive or the intent is to achieve a society where these children, by the time they are growing up, they must have imbibed spirits of obedience to traffic rules and regulations. They must have imbibed the culture of road safety.
GM, with regards to information technology, ICT, how well has the agency explored the use of information technology to get the required information to work with?
Part of what we do when we came on board, we leverage on technology by deploying technology for our enforcement. Before now, or like 2 or 3 years ago, what last mile normally do in terms of enforcement, the physical enforcement, but we have been able to take it to the next stage by deploying technology. Our men are given a machine called the TMS machine, Traffic Management Solution. This machine, they are handy, they are like POS, is to capture real traffic infractions. Whenever any vehicle commits traffic infractions or traffic offense in the states, it's for our men to capture the video. At the back end, there is a table that will dissect, scrutinize, and establish the validity of such evidence before a message will be processed to the driver or assumed offender. And when the message is sent, the driver has a choice. Is either to offset the payment or to contest it. Part of what we do too, we have social media handles. In case the public, especially the road users, have any complaint, information, or commendation to LASMA, they can reach us through our social media handles. On Instagram, at EcoLASMA. On Facebook, at EcoLASMA. We are on X, former Twitter, at Follow LASMA. Our toll-free line is always available Monday to Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have 10 responders that will attend to all their calls. And the line, as I said, is totally free. 080-000-527862. We have LASMA YouTube. We also have a radio program, live radio program on Traffic Radio 96.1 every Tuesday around 10 after 10 or 10:15 till 11, where the public can phone in and equally give us informations.
So GM, how would you describe the synergy and collaboration between LASMA and other sister agencies in order for you to achieve your set objectives?
We have a cordial and a robust relationship, which has resulted to a fantastic synergy. Because of our staff strength, we are over 4,278 to be precise. In terms of traffic incident management, we are always the first responders. And whenever the need arises, we call on other responders for collaboration, for swift and quick response to incidents on the road. For instance, Lasambos, they are always wonderful whenever we call on them, whenever we have accident victims on the road. LRU is a unit under LASEMA, Lagos State Fire Service, Lagos State Police Command, including Federal Road Safety. The collaboration and synergy has been wonderful and cordial.
With regards to enforcement and compliance, what do you have to tell us concerning your men and Lagosians obeying traffic laws and rules?
Globally, law enforcement officers are unpopular. People always want to do whatever they like, but it is the government that always do the needful by making sure that people obey the law. And in terms of traffic management, part of what we have done in order to ensure or to achieve our drive, which is voluntary compliance from the public, is an aggressive traffic advocacy. We've been talking to people via the social media, one-on-one, physically. We also have a department here that is called public education, where they equally go to garages, talk to drivers. They even go to all age complaints, because part of the constraints we have on Lagos Road happen to be the activities of these truckers. Trucks conveying wet and dry cargoes. Because of the economic strategic location of Lagos, you will see that we have high level of activities of all these trucks in the state. So we are leaving no stone unturned. We also ensure we engage these drivers that are driving the truck, also the companies, why they surely prioritize high-level vehicle maintenance. Also, the drivers should always be alert. They should always work on their mental health. We talk to them on their mental health. We equally advise them to jettison the usage of drugs, especially narcotic drugs. And also, whenever they experience fatigue, where they are on the wheel, they should pull over, look for a safe place, and take a nap. In terms of enforcement, it has been aggressive and massive. We were able to touch the 5 divisions of the state. We have a line-up program where we engage in a massive enforcement from the head office here. We also collaborate with other responders on the road or other agencies. Like the last one we did last month. We did it in conjunction with Key Engaged in Discipline, the Kai Marshal and I. We led the team. Also, Loma too was there with Nigerian police. We visited traffic congestion area that are being caused by especially the commercial buses. We were at Idumota, Ido, Oyinbo, Ejalonibu. We were on the island, Lekki Aja Aziz. Also, we are planning to touch Yanopaja and Ikotun before the end of second quarter this year. And this one we do massively from the head of it does not affect what our men carried out on a daily basis across the zonal offices, checkmating the excesses of drivers. Our own core responsibility is to ensure they comply. What the agency wants to achieve or what we are working towards is voluntary compliance. People should be able to obey traffic rules and regulations and uphold high-level safety standards willingly. We are appealing to their conscience.
It is obvious that with the enormous achievements of last mile, there are likable challenges. So can you share the challenges of last mile with us? And to what extent have you been able to address these challenges?
Part of our challenges has been data. And we've taken the bull by the horn. When I came on board, I and my team, we upgraded the research and statistics department so that we'll be able to have a robust and integrity-proven database in the agency, because this will help us to make informed decisions and plan strategically for all traffic issues across the states. And the department has been yielding wonderful results. In 2024, last year, from January to December, The Statistics and Research Department has been able to collate all vehicular incidents on Lagos roads. In terms of physical apprehension, they'll be able to give us the data of 16,824 vehicles that were apprehended by LASLA. And this cut across all vehicles, cars, jeep, motorbikes, trucks, trailers, etc., etc. And for technology, enforcement that was done technological based for 2024, the total number has been 54,332. For accidents on Lagos roads for 2024, LASMA has been able to clear total number of 2,050 accidents, while 3,754 vehicles were involved in that accident for 2024. In terms of vehicles that broke down, infractions across Lagos for 2024, we were able to collate 5,108 vehicles, while trucks conveying cargoes took about 71% of all breakdowns that were removed on Lagos roads.
How would you describe the support of Mr. Governor to LASMA?
The support has been massive. From day one, he has been giving us whatever we want in order to enhance our productivity. I want to use this opportunity to thank and appreciate Mr. Governor on behalf of the agency. In terms of traffic equipment, the governor has given us 100%. In terms of fleets, he has done wonderfully well. Welfare is 100, because a workforce that is not well taken care of, you will not be able to get the best out of them. Today, Sky has been our starting point.
So, GM, what are your future progressive plans to improve traffic management in Lagos?
LASMA will be 25 by July 15th this year. We have a week-long program. Part of what has been highlighted is traffic conference. The aim of this conference is to engage academia, both local and international, in traffic management across the world, for them to come and talk and also cross-pollinate on ideas and initiatives, so that they will be able to give solutions and also project for traffic management in Lagos in the next 10-20 years. We are working towards the voluntary compliance, willingness to obey the rules and regulations of the people, attitudinal change of the public, especially drivers on Lagos road. Part of what is in place too is technology, and we have started, as Ella mentioned, high-level traffic management in terms of technology is what we want to put in place. We want a smart, efficient, and a robust traffic management in Lagos State, so that we will be able to sit at the comfort of our offices, predicting and telling Lagosians their travel time, what they are going to spend on the road. Predictable travel time for vehicular movement in the state that is smart and efficient.
So, on a final note, GM, what are your words of appreciation, encouragement, and assurance to Lagosians for a safe, traffic-free flow city?
Ultimately, our appreciation and gratitude will always go first to Mr. Governor, Mr. Talk and Do. He has been ever supportive. We want to say thank you. We are grateful. The entire over 4,000 staff are so grateful to him for his support, for his fatherly role at all times. And the Ministry of Transportation, our parent ministry, the support too has been huge. We are under the leadership of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Transportation, Honorable Sholagiwa, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Transportation, Mr. Olawale Musa, while the Honorable Commissioner to Honorable Oshiyemi too. Combination of the three has really taken LASMA to the next level. To the road users too, we want to thank them immensely for taking us the way we are. And I'm giving them an assurance that LASMA is on the road to make their travel time easy, to make sure that there's free flow, to make sure that they can move freely from point A to point B at a reasonable travel time. And also, they should please always adhere and obey all traffic rules and regulations and uphold high-level safety standards at all times. So that we all can have a road that is safe, smooth, and efficient in Lagos. Thank you.
GM, it's been a wonderful time having you on the Lagos Agencies in Focus.
Thank you for having me.
And that's it on Lagos Agencies in Focus with the General Manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, talking about Mr. Bakare Oki Olalekon, who to a large extent has been able to inform and educate us about the giant strides of LASMA under his leadership. From the information we have gathered here, LASMA is on top of traffic management in Lagos. And this is in line with the Things Plus agenda of Mr. Governor. And so that's it for now. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment. We'll be right back. The city of Lagos is a city of champions. Don't settle for less. Thanks for watching.